All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Uh, Topic's pretty self-explanatory. Matthew 7, 1 through 6. Just kind of, giving a little breakdown of it and how it correlates to universal law, hermetic principles, all that. Anyways, without further ado, let's go to verse 1. Judge not that ye be not judged. So a little principle behind that is, first and foremost, all of us are connected in some way. Some more than others, right? But all of us are connected. So by judging another person, first and foremost, or by not judging another person, rather, by not judging another person, one avoids inviting judgment upon themselves. For the most part, everybody seems to, forget that there's a free will factor here. But that's the thing. When I go around judging my neighbor, I invite judgment back upon myself. And also, by judging my neighbor, I'm also judging a different aspect of myself. So if I say, judge my wife for leaving dirty laundry on the floor, not that this happens, I'm more guilty of it than she, but if I were to judge her for leaving dirty laundry on the floor, I'm also judging that part of myself that does leave dirty laundry on the floor. And because I'm doing that, I'm inviting that judgment back upon myself, which leads into verse 2. But even if I no longer leave dirty laundry on the floor, by judging her for, if she does leave dirty laundry on the floor, I'm ultimately judging that past version of myself, right? And the thing is that judgment, duality, it only breeds more duality. Judgment breeds further judgment. It leads to fights. It leads to arguments. And the whole point is to try and live in a way where one doesn't have to fight. Not that fighting should be entirely avoided, but do our best to live in a way that promotes health, whereas fighting promotes unhealth. Okay, so for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured upon you. So every judgment that I cast out into the universe will be cast back at me in one form or another. Every single misgiving that I judge other people for, ultimately I'll be judged for my own misgivings. So rather than sit there and try and play the judge, if anything, first and foremost, judge myself and make sure my own house is in perfect order. Because if I'm judging other people for being imperfect when I'm imperfect, just because their brand of imperfect is different than my brand of imperfect, that's super imperfect. That's hypocrisy, right? Trying to avoid hypocrisy here. And one of the ways to do that, judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. Okay, and that all leads into verses 3 through 5. Why behold the speck in thy brother's eye, and not behold the beam in your own? How will you say, let me pull the speck, or how will you say to thy brother, let me pull the speck out of your eye, while a beam is in your eye? Hypocrite, first pull the beam out of your own eye, ... Because then you'll be able to see clearly enough to help your brother with the speck. It's the same concept as when the mask drops down in the airplane. Put the mask on yourself first, so that way you are alive to help take care of everybody else. See, within the confines of physical reality, there is still an element of, a very small element, of selfishness to the concept of selflessness. And that is kind of the paradox, so to speak. But all paradoxes can be reconciled. That's the thing. In order to be selfless and be able to do anything for everybody else, I mean, I have to have my own self and be able to take care of and help other people. You know, that's the whole point. Right. Make sure I'm able to see clearly. I need to make sure that I'm able to do what I need to do in order to help other people do what they need to do. I hope that makes sense. You know, um, how can I possibly be honest with another individual when I myself am being dishonest? And how can I judge another person for being dishonest when I myself am being dishonest? You know, that's hypocrisy. First and foremost, I need to be honest with who matters most. I mean, God's everywhere, but ultimately what matters most when it comes to the realm of honesty for the individual is being honest to the individual. So, first and foremost, you know, first person, I need to be honest to myself before I can ever expect to be honest with anybody else without being a hypocrite. Right? How can I ever truly love anybody when I hate myself? Right? How can I expect to be able to help anybody if I can't even help myself, or I am unwilling to be or to help myself? How can I be honest if to anybody if I'm unwilling to be honest with myself about myself first and foremost? And verse 6, give not that which is holy to dogs, cast not pearls before swine, or they may trample them under their feet and turn on you. This is one of the ones that I still have a harder time with, because I try so hard to help other people, and sometimes I forget that not everybody wants my help. You know, first and foremost, give not that which is holy to dogs. If we're taking that as literal and objective, I mean, it makes sense. Why would I try and preach truth to a dog? Like a literal, you know, physical dog. Why would I try and preach anything logical to an animal? They're not going to quite understand, you know. Cast not pearls before swine, or they may trample them under their feet and turn on you. The little nuggets of wisdom that you may have, like, don't cast them to people. Don't sit there and keep trying to give people wisdom if they don't want to take it. You know, like, I'm more than willing to give you a fish. I'm more than willing to also teach you to fish. I am more than willing to, if you are fishing and you're coming up short and I'm coming up with a lot of fish, I'm more than willing to give you some surplus, right? But if you don't want to take what I'm offering you, not my problem. That's your own problem. Free will here, right? I don't have to, or it's not even wise. It's not wise to try and force help onto people. That's counterproductive. That is the concept of the left-hand path. You know, and we see that in politics today, where the left side of the political spectrum seems to try and think that forcing the concept of love upon the right is going to lead anywhere but mutual destruction. You can't force love. You can't force anybody to love, right? That's not how that works. What does work, though, is, you know, let it be. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. The logical equivalent of saying 1 equals 1. It is what it is. If you don't want to take my help, if you don't want to accept what I have to offer, I can't force you to take it. I brought you to water. I can't force you to drink. But anyways, that about sums up this video, and I'll have another one coming shortly. I hope everyone got something out of this. Hopefully they understand. If they don't, please ask questions. Ask any sort of questions you may have. I'm more than happy to answer what I'm able to, and if I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know. You know, I am trapped within a human body, so to speak, and so I am limited to what the human mind can possibly comprehend. So, anyways, have a good one.